Yeah. Hey, hi all. Welcome back to BR and Knowledge Center. So in this today's session, we are going to talk about mocking data to test the C Sharp development process. So to test this C Sharp development, so I'm going to use MOQ framework for mocking the data. Then I'm going to test individual methods as part of C Sharp .NET. So MOQ is a framework which is going to simulate the real object with the fake data to test the piece of code without having external dependencies. And as part of this MOQ framework, we need to install this MOQ framework into the relevant project by just adding reference, installing through NuGet package manager, and then you just import this namespace into the unit test case project, and then start writing off unit test cases. So let me quickly get into my Visual Studio to demonstrate this. So I'm going to have this my class. So wherein I'm going to create a class called a demo class, which is going to have different methods as part of giving a demonstration here. So what I'll do is I'm just pasting this. So this is what my interface, which is going to have four methods like add and subtract and multiplication and divide. And here I'm just declaring a variable called underscore obj demo object of this interface. And these are two variables which I'm going to use it inside of all the individual methods. And this is my constructor, which is going to accept this particular, the interface object as well as from where it is being now called. If it is something calling from test, then I'm going to send this particular object to this particular object. Okay. And these are the method implementations inside of my class. And now see like how I'm going to test this. If you want to test this or if you want to invoke this, you need to create interface, right? You need to create instance to this class, right? And then you need to have, right? Calling of the method. Like if you want to test without no unit test cases, what you have to do is, so you need to create uh, something like MOQ demo, right? So again, which it requires, right? Let me tell you, I'm just creating this object and I'm going to comment this. And for this, I'm going to pass, right? This is something I will be using. I'm going to pass this to like this way, right? Now it is going to have, it is throwing an exception saying that unassigned variable, right? So let me tell you, I'm just creating null value to this, right? And here, when I call this function, it is coming here and it is looking for this condition. It is failing as it is not assigning, okay? And then what it will do is, it is going to this particular method and it is going to execute the sum of the add method. Let me try to run this and see that this is going to execute and give sum of two numbers, right? So for the same case, I just wanted to write unit test this particular stuff using MOQ framework. So I just created this particular project from, add a new project, right? Wherein you choose .NET project, a unit test project, and then clicking on next, it is going to add this into your solution. And I just renamed this class as MOQ Unit Test Cases. Now here, I'm going to add my test method, right? And this is something that test method I'm going to say, right? And I can say public void test add, right? So in this, I'm going to use this MOQ framework. So as I said, you need to add a reference from NuGet package manager, right? That is MOQ framework, and you just search with MOQ. It will display this MOQ results here. And choosing this, you can see what version it is right now and licensing and dependencies. It has dependency with the castly code, so we need to add this reference as well. Okay. So as I have already installed and I have a reference to this, so I'm MOQ and cast code, and then I'm just directly giving it. And then you need to import using MOQ. And here, right, so we have three sections. One is arrange and act and assert. These are the three steps you need to make sure that you're going to define it as part of developing or writing unit test case. So declaring the mock demo, new op, this is the class I'm going to use it. This is my interface of demo class, right? And after that, I'm going to set, right? Set up the syntax of whatever method you are going to test it with, lambda expression x dot add of, right? So basically require two parameters right here. I can say it could be anything of int value, right? That's why I'm just saying it dot is, right, any of integer value. So two values I need, hence I'm just saying is any of int and int, right? And after that, I'm just saying returns, right? In this case, it is going to return some value, right? For this also, I'm going to say int returns, or you can directly say tell about 5, whatever it is. This is what my setup I've done it, right? For final value, this is going to return 5 value, right? From method group to int is what happened. It dot is any int, this thing, and this is it dot. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an object for, right, my demo class obj demo equal to, right, and question is mock demo, right, of, I'm just passing my mock demo object which I'm going to use in my class, and also I'm going to say test. Okay, can use like a method, what happened, so you need to use a new keyword. Okay, and then coming to this act, right, you just define add result equal to, right, obj demo dot add of, right. Here you can pass the values. This is something dummy values I'm passing it. And after that, this assert, right, I can say assert dot or equal, right, of, this is 5. I'm going to say a result. Okay, this is what the syntax of, assert, right? These are three sections. Each unit test case is going to have it: arrange, act, assert. When you test this, like debug, debug test or run test, it is going to show this test explorer wherein executes the unit test case for your piece of code. Go on, check here. It is already executed. 943 milliseconds it has taken, and it is pass. You can see here, this is something low number of tests, and this is pass, this is fail. And if you're just saying that something it is wrong value, right, when you test this, you will get a wrong result, right? Go and see here, and this test case will definitely get failed because matching is not same to the expected value, right? Similarly, for the subtract also, you just take this and say this. So for the next method, subtract, and you just decorate this as test method. Okay, and here this is subtract. And if you look at this subtract of your original method, it doesn't have any parameters, right? You need to remove this because you don't have any parameters in this case, right? And you can just say that the result would be 5. Okay, or say pass the same value, you can say 1, and just compare this as 1. Okay, and you just call this as subtract, so subtract, right? But to this subtract, we need to pass values along with the variables, which we have already defined, right? 3 obj demo, obj demo dot v2 equal to 2. Now when I run this test cases, right, test, run all test. It is going to execute all test cases and display the result in the text export. You go and see this, and two test cases are succeed. Okay. Similarly, for other case, you just write down for the multiplication, right? And this is something multiplication, right? Multiplication, multiplication. And you just give this as a multiplication because it doesn't have parameters again. This is something 6, and this is again you call multiplication, and this is 6, right? When you test this again, it will get the result via the mock object, and then it will validate the given assertion value and say that multiplication less than 1 millisecond, this is milliseconds 347. This is how you are going to, look at the unit test cases effort as well, how much duration it has taken, and all the cases you can see it. So further you can export, or you can group by or expand this, right? Or you can collapse. Okay. So and you have configuration settings, whatever you want, what columns you wanted, like class, you will add the class, right? And also you have a project, it is going to add project as well. So like that, you toggle on, toggle off whatever columns you wanted it. And here, if you want to debug or see the failed test cases or past test cases, you can see all the kind of filtering here in this particular chart. Okay, this test explore chart. Okay, so I hope you understood like how you are going to write MOQ framework related unit test cases using MOQ framework, like in this way, and test this stuff. Okay. So I hope you understood like MOQ framework, how it is going to be, help give a helping hands for unit testing piece of code instead of you know uh, depending on the real objects. It is just faking the actual object and kind of equal object, which is simulating the real object and then faking it the data and test the stuff. Okay. So thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you.